If you're like most people, getting into the real estate industry comes with a ton of questions and there are very few answers. You really need somebody that's already in the business to answer all of these questions for you. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over my top 6 tips for someone who's thinking about getting their license, or if you're a newly licensed agent. If this is your first time to the channel, my name is Amanda. I'm happy you're here. I've been in real estate for over 15 years, and I truly love helping new agents find their footing and grow their business. If that's something that interests you, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap that bell for notifications so that you'll never miss a video. So let's get into it. My first tip for anyone that is thinking about getting their real estate license is to first figure out who you are actually going to get your course material from so that you can study to then take your exam to actually get your real estate license. And I honestly do not think there is any right or wrong. It really depends on how you learn. So if that's online, great. Go get a course that's online and start studying. If that's classroom, that's totally fine too. Go ahead and get signed up, because what you're going to want to do is take as many practice exams as you possibly can. That's really what is going to help you pass your test in order to actually get your real estate license. And that leads me to number 2. Be prepared that the real estate course to be able to take your test and get your license teaches you nothing, and I mean nothing, about actually growing a real estate business. What the course does is teach you how to stay legal, which is absolutely very important. But a lot of times people will find themselves, they've passed their course, hooray, and then they go, oh my gosh, what do I do now? No one is showing me how to actually get leads, nurture leads, grow my business. And before all of that, you actually have to join a brokerage too, which leads me to tip number 3. Interview brokerages while you are studying for your real estate exam. And the reason for this is it will save you a lot of time. You don't want to wait until you are actually have your license to find a brokerage, because then you're still going to need to spend all that time interviewing brokers. You can be doing that simultaneously while you're studying to take your real estate exam to get your license. And be upfront with them and tell them, I'm enrolled in X course and I'm planning on taking my exam on X date, so that they know you're serious and they will still want to spend time interviewing you. And you need to be interviewing them. I think that's the biggest takeaway from this tip. Do not just join the first brokerage you come across. Really sit down before you set interviews and decide what it is that you're looking for in a brokerage, and then go out and find that. Tip number 4 is training and self-education. When you get your real estate license, you are now self-employed. You are a contractor, you're a 1099, and that can be an amazing thing, and that can be really terrible for some people, because with that comes no one's going to be telling you what time to get up, what to do at a certain time, what meeting to attend, what training to attend. You are on your own, so you really have to dive in, work to educate yourself, and that could be you're attending online trainings, you're watching YouTube videos, it could be you're going to office trainings, maybe you connect with a mentor that's working with you on a one-on-one basis. Any and all of those will all work. It just depends on how you learn best, but you have got to invest in yourself. And that doesn't necessarily mean financially, although that could be part of it. I mean invest in yourself from a sense of setting up your daily schedule, deciding what it is that you're going to accomplish day in and day out in order to educate yourself about the real estate business and how to ultimately grow your business. Tip number 5, and this is also one that you can do while you're studying to take your real estate exam. That is, decide what lead generation spokes you are going to focus on. And you don't want to have too many, because if you're trying to focus on too many different things at one time, it leads to paralysis and then you won't do anything. I definitely am the same way. All humans are. You need to focus on just a couple of lead spokes and decide what it is that you feel is going to work for you. That doesn't mean you can't change it, but you really want to master a couple of lead generation options. So you could think about open houses, you could think about door knocking, you could think about working and calling expired and for sale by owners. You can work your sphere of influence, those people that you already know and who know, like, and trust you. You could start a farm. There are endless options. You could start a YouTube channel. And there's no right or wrong. All of these lead generation options that are out there work. It depends on how you work them and how hard you work them. So look at your own personality and what you feel is going to work best for you. Pick 2, maybe 3, depending on what they are, and then hone in on those, master those skills so that you can begin lead generating immediately. Another tip, this is a sidebar tip, is do not believe anyone who says that you're a new agent, oh, you have to focus on buyers. That is hogwash, and that's such an old mentality in this industry. Buyers are fine, there's nothing wrong with buyers, but listings are what lead to a predictable real estate business. Listings require a very different skill set than buyers do, but listings are what ultimately lead to you having predictable income. So if you know you need to make a certain amount of money every month, then you can work backwards to determine how many listings you need to take every month in order to accomplish that goal. You can do that from the day that you get licensed. You can start working to obtain sellers. Please, please, please do not feel like because you're a new agent, you have to focus on buyers. And if you start getting listings, the buyers will show up. Tip number 6 is for a little bit further down the line, but it's never too early to start planning. And that is, once you've got your real estate business rolling along, you're consistently closing deals, you're saving money every month, that is, start to look into passive income. And by that I mean investing in real estate. I don't mean flips. Yes, you could do a flip, but they're very risky. But think about finding that property that's going to make a great investment, rent it out, and start building passive income. I think that's a goal for many of us, and if it's not, it really should be something you put some thought into, because we all want to reach a point where it's okay if we wake up and we want to just go hang out with our family for the day and know that, hey, we're still making money even though we didn't make 15 calls a day or write 10 handwritten notes. The ultimate goal when getting into real estate should always be that you reach a point to where you have enough passive income coming in that you do not have to work your butt off every single day to keep closing transactions. You don't want a transactional business. There is nothing wrong with it starting out, but long term, you've really got to focus on how you're going to get passive income coming in, and it is never too early to start planning for that to happen. All it takes is saving a little bit from each transaction, and as long as you're consistently closing them, you will find yourself in a position, I would say within the 3-year mark on average, to be able to purchase your first investment property. Now, there are certainly other ways to grow your passive income as well. That could be a separate conversation, but it's very safe and conservative to purchase an investment property, hold on to it for the long term, have it rented out, and have that income coming in. Real estate is an incredible business. There is so much opportunity in real estate. And yes, it can be stressful, slightly overwhelming at times, but as long as you find ways to manage that, I promise you it will be worth it. Real estate is one of those businesses where you get out what you put in. The more people you help, the more value you provide, the more that comes back to you. And it is so rewarding. I hope you found these tips helpful. Definitely, if you have any questions, leave them for me below. And as always, until next week, take care.